Good day everyone, I am Sophia Nichole Timbobolan and I will be discussing to you about the simple interest. I will give you the formulas of the simple interest and also I will be giving examples for the simple interest. Please watch the video. So now we will discuss about the formulas. So as you can see, there is a triangle there which indicates I over PRT. I stands for interest, P stands for principal, R stands for rate, and then T stands for time. So our first formula is the interest. So it means interest equals PRT. Next we have the principal. It is principal equals interest over RT. Next is the rate, which means interest over principal and time. Next, we have time equals interest over PR. So now let's move on to the word problems. Now we have the first problem. To buy a car, Jessica borrowed 15,000 pesos for 3 years at an annual rate of 9%. How much was the interest? So the problem was asking for the interest. So the formula that we will going to use is I equals PRT, meaning I equals principal times rate times time. So we have here the given, which is principal is equals to 15,000, the rate, which is 9% converted to 0.09, and then the time, which is 3 years. So now that we have identified the formula and the given, we will now solve the problem. So for interest equals PRT, principal there is 15,000. So we need to substitute 15,000 using a close and open parenthesis. And then next we have rate, which is 0.09, and then the time, which is 3 years. So we will multiply 15,000 by 0.09, which is a rate. So the answer will be 1,350. And then 1,350 will be multiplied by 3, which is the time. So our final answer will become the interest equals 4,050. Next, we have our second word problem. So John invested his money at an annual rate of 7%. An amount earned 12,200 pesos of simple interest in 4 years. How much money was originally invested? So we are looking for the principal amount of the total money invested. We are using the formula of P equals interest over rate times time. As you can see, we have the given I equals 12,200 pesos. Rate is 7%, which is converted to 0.7, and then the time is 4 years. We are looking for the principal amount. Now we will solve the problem. So we have our formula, which is P equals interest over rate times time. We'll substitute interest will become 12,200, and then over rate, which is 0.07, and then the time, which is 4 years. We will first multiply 0.7 and then the 4 years. So we will have an answer of 0.28. So substitute, and then 12,200 is divided by 0.28. So we will come up with an answer of 43,571 pesos. Let's move on with our third problem. So Amy borrowed 11,000 pesos for 10 years to make home repairments. If she paid a total of 30,000 pesos, at what interest rate did she borrow the money? So the formula we will be using is rate equals interest over principal times time. So the given is interest equals 11,000 pesos, and then the principal amount, which is 30,000 pesos, the time, which is 10 years. We will be using the same steps again in solving this problem. So our rate is equivalent to interest, which is 11,000. The principal amount is 30,000, and then the time, which is 10 years. So we will multiply 30,000 by 10. So 30,000 times 10 will be having an answer of 300,000. So 11,000 divided by 300,000, we will come up with an answer of rate is equals to 0.036 or 3.6%. Last but not the least is this. Nancy invested 6,000 pesos in a bank at a yearly rate of 3%. She earned 450 pesos in interest. How many years was the money invested? The formula that we are going to use is time equals interest over principal times rate because we are looking for time. As you can see, our given was interest equals 450 pesos, the principal amount, which is 6,000 pesos, and then the rate, which is 3% or converted into 0.03. Now we will going to solve for the time. So same as usual, we will gonna substitute all the numbers that was in their places. So as you can see, interest is 450 pesos. Our principal, which is 6,000 pesos, and then our rate, which is 0.03. So we will multiply 6,000 pesos to our rate, which is 0.03. So it will become 180. So 450 divided by 180, we will come up with an answer of 2.5 years. That is all, everyone. Thank you for listening. Hope you learned something.